When Symphony of the Seas set sail in 2018, she became more than a ship, she became a statement. The largest and most ambitious passenger vessel ever built at the time, she was a city of steel, glass, and light gliding across the ocean. But just a few years later, her crown would be passed to a newer Oasis-class sister, and then finally taken by another creation from the very same company, the Icon of the Seas. A ship so advanced it marked not just a new class, but an entirely new era of maritime design. These two giants were built with different philosophies, born from decades of innovation, challenges, and the constant desire to redefine what a ship could be. This is the story of how they were imagined, built, and tested by the ocean itself. When Royal Caribbean first greenlit the Symphony of the Seas, the goal was clear: to create a floating ecosystem that would forever change the perception of cruising. Built at the Chantier de l'Atlantique shipyard in Saint-Nazaire, France, Symphony was the fourth vessel in the groundbreaking Oasis class. Her creation required nearly 3 years of continuous construction and the coordinated effort of thousands of engineers, welders, and designers. The project carried an immense price tag, around $1.35 billion, reflecting not only her vast scale, but the technological ambition packed into every deck and detail. Refining established methods to an unprecedented scale, Symphony was built using enormous prefabricated blocks, each weighing hundreds of tons, hoisted by cranes and welded with precision measured in millimeters. The concept was to create a vessel that felt like a city, complete with distinct neighborhoods. Central Park, filled with over 20,000 living plants, offered the feeling of strolling through a garden in the middle of the sea. The boardwalk recreated the atmosphere of a seaside pier, while the Royal Promenade mimicked the energy of a bustling city avenue. At nearly 1,188 feet in length and weighing around 228,000 gross tons, Symphony could carry more than 6,000 passengers and over 2,000 crew. But the true challenge lay in making something that massive move smoothly and efficiently across unpredictable seas. The engineers behind Symphony faced design problems never seen before in shipbuilding. At her size, even a minor miscalculation in weight distribution could threaten her balance. The hull had to be sculpted with precision to reduce drag while maintaining structural strength. The distinctive split running through the center of the ship was a daring architectural choice that allowed natural light and air to penetrate deep within. However, this design introduced complex stress patterns, forcing engineers to reinforce her hull without adding too much weight. Her propulsion system used enormous azipod thrusters capable of rotating in any direction, giving the ship an agility that defied her size. Every inch of her design represented the cutting edge of what was possible at sea. As the project advanced, challenges mounted. Steel shortages delayed the arrival of key components, and coordinating between international teams proved difficult. Inside, routing plumbing, wiring, and air systems through such a dense superstructure became an engineering puzzle on its own. Even after her completion, Symphony's scale presented new obstacles. Some ports simply couldn't accommodate her size, forcing Royal Caribbean to carefully plan her routes and invest in port upgrades across the Caribbean and Europe. Still, despite every hurdle, Symphony emerged as a triumph of imagination, a masterpiece that combined engineering precision with the human desire to explore. While Symphony reigned as the Queen of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's engineers were already dreaming of what would come next. In 2016, plans began for an entirely new class of ship, one that wouldn't just be larger, but smarter, cleaner, and more sustainable. That dream became the Icon of the Seas. Constructed at the Meyer Turku shipyard in Finland, Icon was the first of her kind, a ship built around next-generation propulsion and environmental technology. Measuring roughly 1,198 feet in length and exceeding 250,000 gross tons, Icon became the largest cruise ship in the world. Her construction came at a record-breaking cost of around $2 billion, making her not only the largest cruise ship ever built, but also one of the most expensive vessels in maritime history. Yet her significance went far beyond her size. Icon was the first Royal Caribbean ship powered by liquefied natural gas, a cleaner burning fuel that drastically reduces emissions compared to traditional marine diesel. But this new technology brought immense challenges. LNG must be stored at temperatures below -160 degrees Celsius, requiring specialized cryogenic tanks and complex safety systems. Engineers had to redesign the ship's internal structure to accommodate these systems while keeping them isolated from guest areas. Balancing power efficiency, environmental goals, and passenger comfort became a delicate science that took years to perfect. Her creation required not only physical labor but also digital innovation. Engineers built a virtual digital twin of the entire ship, simulating everything from fuel flow to lighting systems before the first piece of steel was ever cut. This allowed potential problems to be solved virtually, saving both time and cost. Still, even with modern technology, the Icon's construction faced serious challenges. The global pandemic disrupted supply chains, delaying the arrival of critical components and forcing adjustments to the ship's schedule. Despite these obstacles, thousands of workers continued through Finland's harsh winters to bring the ship to life. The Icon of the Seas also introduced a bold new architectural philosophy. Unlike Symphony, which mirrored the feeling of a city on land, Icon aimed to create a world of her own. The ship features 8 neighborhoods, each designed to evoke emotion and immersion rather than imitation. Technology defines nearly every corner of the Icon. Her aquadome shows rely on synchronized drones, robotic fountains, and motion-tracked lighting systems, pushing live entertainment into the digital age. Cabins use smart automation, lights, curtains, and climate adjust automatically depending on time of day and occupancy. The ship also features advanced waste heat recovery systems and air lubrication technology that creates a thin layer of bubbles under the hull to reduce drag. Every innovation was designed not just to impress guests, but to make Icon one of the most efficient and intelligent cruise ships ever to sail. At her bow sits the Aquadome, a massive glass sphere that doubles as an entertainment venue and panoramic lounge. Constructing this structure was one of the most technically demanding parts of the build. The dome had to be both lightweight and strong, able to withstand powerful ocean winds without distorting the glass. Inside, the dome houses robotic fountains, water jets, and a suspended stage for high-tech performances that combine drones, lights, and water in perfect harmony. Other areas, like Surfside, a neighborhood designed specifically for families, marked a shift in focus. Where Symphony emphasized luxury and grandeur, Icon focused on connection and inclusion. Every generation of traveler was given a place, children, parents, and grandparents alike. The ship's designers wanted passengers to feel not just entertained, but emotionally connected to their surroundings. It wasn't just about cruising anymore. It was about creating a shared experience of wonder. Before any ship carries passengers, it must face its toughest test, the sea itself. In late 2023, Icon underwent rigorous sea trials off the coast of Finland. Engineers pushed her propulsion systems to their limits, testing fuel transitions between LNG and diesel and monitoring vibration levels across all decks. The trials weren't without setbacks. Calibrating the LNG systems to handle fluctuating pressure and maintaining stable power under varying speeds proved challenging. Adjustments were made, systems retuned, and safety redundancies strengthened. When she finally completed her final trial, she did so not as a prototype, but as proof that innovation could survive the forces of the ocean. Life aboard these two titans reflects their very different eras. Symphony of the Seas offers a world of open spaces, live entertainment, and refined leisure. Her charm lies in grandeur, strolling through Central Park under the stars, watching Broadway performances, or standing on the open-air boardwalk as the sea roars below. But Symphony wasn't just about spectacle. She was also a marvel of automation and technology. Her bionic bar, operated by twin robotic arms, could mix and shake cocktails with precision choreography, a first for the seas. The ship's Royal IQ app allowed guests to make real-time reservations, track luggage, and navigate the vessel like a floating smart city. Even her lighting, air conditioning, and water systems were computer-optimized to save energy while maintaining comfort. Behind her entertainment and luxury was a network of over 80,000 sensors, monitoring everything from temperature to humidity, ensuring Symphony ran as smoothly as any modern metropolis. Icon of the Seas, in contrast, feels futuristic. Her entertainment blends art with technology. Drone shows light up the night sky, while water performances inside the Aquadome merge robotics, projection, and human movement into a single, seamless spectacle. Her Category 6 water park, the largest at sea, pushes adrenaline to the forefront. Symphony invites passengers to explore. Icon invites them to immerse. Together, these ships represent two defining eras of modern cruising. Symphony of the Seas stands as the ultimate expression of the early Oasis-class dream, ceding her title over time to sister ships, and finally, to Icon of the Seas. Icon of the Seas, on the other hand, signals a new chapter where technology, sustainability, and imagination shape the future. One celebrates legacy, the other embraces transformation. They are both achievements of human creativity, vessels that carry not just passengers but the evolution of an entire industry. Symphony and Icon show how cruise design has evolved from mechanical strength to digital intelligence. From robotic bartenders to AI-assisted entertainment, these ships prove that the future of the ocean isn't just about being bigger, it's about being smarter. And while Icon of the Seas may hold the title of the largest ship on Earth today, the story doesn't end there. In shipyards around the world, the next generation of ocean giants is already being drawn, tested, and dreamed into existence. Because the pursuit of progress, just like the sea itself, never stops moving.